How's it going, Sha?
Happy birthday, America. Raggedy bitch. That's how
you're,
it's going.
you're looking your age. You're
Yeah.
looking your age, America.
Yeah. We're just about done, huh?
Real talk, yo. A lot of
Not gonna,
senile decisions.
yeah,
You
we're
know
not
what
gonna
I
have too many of these left.
mean? It's lived a long life. You know what I mean?
I guess so. As long as any empire can live. I feel like I've read that. And I hope people understand that when I say, oh no, I've read that, I mean a series of tweets. But I go in and I read all of the thread. Like, I don't just see one tweet and roll with it. If it says show more, I look for more.
That's
So
beautiful.
I'm as thorough as one can be on Twitter. But um, that we're reaching like the age that an empire starts to crumble.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
So we're at like hold on. Like, I don't know, 240 something, 250, something in
Yeah,
there. Like 247 maybe.
yeah.
So
Yeah, yo, that's a good time right there. You
that's
know
a
what I mean?
that's a good run.
Real talk, yo. Jordan had to hang it up at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yes.
Real talk.
Yes. So,
Or the controversy is gonna start coming out, be like, nah, be like his stats was fabricated.
yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
for sure. Yes, absolutely. I think
everything out the woodwork.
maybe that was the issue, was that during COVID a lot of stats were coming out. And I feel like people were not in the mood for those stats. At first they were respectfully accepting the stats, like, yes, you're right, we cooked the books. But now they're like, shut up. And I think that's what we got here.
Enough of them numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why you always bringing up old shit, I believe, is what is
As
being
a country, I love that.
yeah, I think that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, we're in a rough spot. Like my niece and nephew are staying over, and my nephew is 8 years old.
Mm.
So like, he's not necessarily like following world news. And like he said, like he just came up to me, he said, "Hey, what up, Uncle G?" And he's like, "Hey, like, what's up with these old people running for president?"
Oh,
And I'm
wow.
like, "Yo, like that's never been a question for me. Like me and him don't have that relationship. So like this was burning a hole in his head. So I feel like he's asking every adult, like, just, yo, any of y'all got answers? Because like this is getting down to like my level, you
Yeah,
know."
I mean, it's a wild look. I didn't watch any of the debates. I don't really watch the debates too much. I know someone will sum it up for me, but I didn't
Yeah.
even like see any of the sum up, just because I feel like I saw a screenshot or a picture of it and I was just like, this is painful and this is not how I want to watch us go out. this
Yo,
is this I can't watch. But it was very clear to, I dare say, an 8-year-old to see. Like, the 8-year-old brain is like, I don't necessarily understand what's happening. I understand the president is in charge of the country in a very abstract way, and that
right.
every once in a while we got to pick another one. But these two guys don't look right.
Yo. And
And that's all it takes.
that's it. Like, because his questions were so straightforward
Hmm.
that like I don't have answers, and it bothered me how direct it was. Because he was like, he was making correlations. He was like, we got a class president, and like 3 people ran for that. How come 3 people can't run here? And I was like, I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out 40 years,
Yo.
my G. Like, you're right. Like we had Ross Perot once. Like
That's how far back you gotta
real talk. And like I think
go.
he got like 2% of the vote or something like that. He was like,
Yeah, I
"Who?
mean, Ross Perot kind of rocked it
Yo, real talk." And
compared to
yeah,
everybody else. He really did kind of fuck with it a little.
yo, it was tracking, homie. That's how I knew it was a big deal. And
Hmm.
I was like, yo, real talk. I think I was about your age when he was doing it. So I was like, yo, fingers crossed, one of y'all do it again or something. But I was like, yeah, that's a great question. I don't know why there's not a third person. Uh,
Mm.
you know? And he's like, so like all his questions was just so like direct, and there's a little kid version of this that we figured out that like I was like, yo, I'm mad that like your 8th grade school politics runs way more efficiently than what we're doing right now as a country.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I don't have good answers for you, bro. I, it's like I feel like it's wrong, but it felt weird that like the best advice I could give him was, yo, just ignore that.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's wild that like the presidential election is such a weird thing that like for me to not stress out an 8-year-old, that was like what felt right in my heart. Like, yo, don't even worry about that stuff, low man. You know, just
Wow,
ignore
you're better than me because I would have been like, "Yeah, no, we're all fucked, kid."
that. Yo, because it's his future more than mine.
Yeah, yeah, I
You know what
know.
I mean? I was like,
And
I know why you invested, but also like I want you to have some joy while you still can. You know?
could either of your kids talk to him, you think?
Nah, like
You said that so quickly.
nah,
They
cause
no, not
cause
at
like
all.
they're both like when it comes to like the presidential situation, they're both very much like very comfortable being like, yo, this is it. It's over. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, like
They're a bit
they'll scare the hell out of that little kid. Like,
okay,
and it's a
gotcha.
sleepover. Like that'll be like a nightmare.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, I can't have that. Like Aiden in particular almost takes like joy in like in the world scenarios. Like he
Yeah,
likes knowing that
no.
he'll survive, you
I
know?
mean, I actually I could have called that. I if I was a betting woman, I
Real
think there would
talk.
have been some return on my money on that one. I would have
Real talk. Yo, he would have had like that kid coming out the room talking about like, yo, like Aiden said that if Trump wins, we're gonna end up eating roaches or something.
Yeah, you're right. That's the tragic flaw in my plan that I forgot about was how kids are kids, uh,
Yeah, nah.
and how they can be trash, especially
Mm-hmm.
to each other. And I
Mm-hmm.
forget that because I'm not around them, and also it's been a minute since I was one. But yes,
Real talk. Yeah.
yeah,
They're reading
especially
books.
young men.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they've been doing the good things. They've been reading books to each other. They
Hmm.
like play games, and then like they've been asking for space when they need space.
Okay,
So I've been happy. I can't add an extra like a thing like that I know like they won't know how to buffer the information in a way. They'll just
right.
give them raw teenage energy, and I'm like, nah, they're not ready for
No,
that. Okay,
no, they're not. No.
real talk. Stick to the Legos. You're doing good, older cousin stuff right now.
Hmm.
And when you feel like there's a lot of little kid time, just tap out. Let me take over.
Hmm.
Let these kids enjoy their youth.
Right.
But yo, real talk, yo.
Their last year of their before we banish them to the fields. Let them enjoy it. This is the last Lego they're gonna get.
Real talk, man. He's a leap year kid too. He's only had like 2 birthdays. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
no,
Let him
yeah,
rock,
yeah,
yo.
those are the ones that we eat first.
You know
So,
what I mean? He's yeah, they just get it.
oh my gosh. Oh,
What we gonna do, Sha?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, "Damn it, now I have to, like, pay attention a little bit," but then when I do, I'm like, "Oh, this is terrible." And it's
Yeah.
not that I am not paying attention, I'm just not happy with what comes across my desk.
What we gonna do? Let's get into the news.
Yeah.
Kicking us off. Coming close. Asteroid 2024 MK will sweep past Earth inside Moon's orbit. Okay, maybe this is what the solution is. You know what I mean? In a rare stroke of celestial coincidence, two lumpy asteroids, one that could destroy a city, the other big enough to wipe out the planet, are zooming by Earth, close enough to excite observers, but posing zero risk of hitting us. Oh.
Boo. Look, we're looking for solutions.
You don't got answers, keep it to yourself,
Yeah,
okay?
keep it moving. Don't even bother coming that close. If you ain't about it, what are we doing?
Real talk, me. Oh man, asteroids in our neighborhood always ignite interest, but these two are special because of their timing, size, and orbits. Their separate paths visit came 42 hours apart. And in yet another fluke just ahead of this year's Asteroid Day. That's the annual observance of the Russian Tunguska meteor event in 1908, the largest asteroid impact in modern history. Though their orbits are considered close to our astronomical terms, neither are visible to the unaided eye. One of them has already come and gone, unfortunately, the asteroid 415029, if you're tracking, 2011 UL21. A chunk of rock the size of Mount Everest passed closest to Earth without incident last week on Thursday. The second will be arriving Saturday morning, asteroid 2024 MK. Though it's much smaller than its companion at 400 to 850 feet long, 2024 MK will come much closer to Earth. It'll pass between us and the moon at a distance of about 180,200 miles. The moon is 238,900 miles away from Earth. It's right around the
Oh,
corner.
yeah, that's right up the street.
Real
Shit.
talk, B. I think that's still Brooklyn.
I know. I'm like, oh, that's not far. I could take the train to that. Wait, okay.
Man.
So,
And you can see
oh,
these with a telescope or a pair of binoculars. That's why people are excited. Like the last asteroid that passed by, you could only see it with like professional grade telescopes.
oh, I see.
You can see these with just like regular binoculars or telescopes from most places.
I mean, I kid, but do I really want to lift my binoculars to the sky and see something floating by? I don't know. I don't know. I don't like when you know how computers like for your desktop they have like a rotating for the background they'll give you like a rotating photo, right? You
Yeah.
know? Most of mine are just like locales on the planet. But occasionally they'll sneak in like what about this animal? Do you want to see animal photos? And you got to let it know like, yeah, I'll allow a few animals
Okay.
or space. Every time they give me space, I'm like, no.
Nah.
I don't want space.
Not for you?
Mm-mm. No, I don't need to know what's happening out there. That's
I want no
their
parts of that.
business. So, I mean, I don't like it when the moon looks too close to us. I'm like, ooh, back up.
Yo.
Get off my foot.
Hey, you stepping on my Timbs, yo.
Yeah,
Come
come
on, B.
on now. Get your hand
Yo.
in your pocket. Like,
Oh my goodness.
so yeah, I don't know if I really want to look up and see. Like, I'm sure it would be neat, but I absolutely would look up, see an asteroid go by, and then immediately just, well, let's see what I have in the fridge for a last meal.
Yo, real talk, B.
Like, what do I have in here? Instant ramen? You know, I hope it's roast chicken.
Oh my God. Y'all be having Greek yogurt last day on Earth, baby.
Yeah, what a damn
Oh man.
shame. Now that I'm thinking about it, I really need to keep my fridge stocked because the way this is
Yeah.
going, I got to be able to whip up a
Just
decent
one last
last
meal.
meal.
Yeah. Real talk, yo. Yeah, that just gotta make me sad. Real talk. If
I
it,
know.
if it happened right now, I would have a peach Greek yogurt, a chobani. Like that,
Yeah,
that
I
tastes
don't.
fine, but that's not a last meal.
No, no. I mean, I guess I could have a turkey sandwich. Oh no, I think I have some Prego. Is there enough time for me to heat up jarred spaghetti sauce? That's the question. Can I do it on the stovetop or do I have to put it in the microwave? Because I'd rather not
Yeah.
use a microwave, but how close is this thing? These are all things it's gotta be a real quick. This is a challenge. This is a Top Chef challenge. I stopped
Real
watching
talk.
Top Chefs. Are they doing? Has this been a challenge already?
Real talk. That's what Gordon's up to at this point. He's like, I thought of all the ideas, okay?
Like, what do
If the
we?
world was ending and there's a meteor passing by, you got 3 minutes. What would you cook? You know
I
what I mean?
mean, yeah, at that point, yeah, it's just gonna have to be instant ramen or
Real
just
talk.
toast. Let's just go out on toast. Buttered toast. I mean, I start my days with it. Why not end end my days with it? I guess.
So what? You had the pearly gates with St. Peter's. What went into deciding your last meal? I want to stay regular to the end.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I mean?
What if I'm like, well, let me at least eat one of these canned vegetables that I bought in here for furiously trying to heat up spinach.
Oh man. Yeah, I told Gabby about this too. She gets mad at me because like she thinks it's a New Yorker thing.
Mm.
but she's like, yo, like, unless it's like fireworks, yeah, I don't look at the sky like at
Yeah,
all.
you don't. You really
I
don't.
definitely don't. Like, she'll be like, yo, you saw that pink moon today? And I'm like, I don't even know what up there looks like. I'm oblivious. Like,
Yeah, I think it's the buildings,
yeah,
because I notice it, like, during the rare occasions that there's, like, a lightning storm.
okay,
And I've been outside here during a lightning storm, and I see the lightning, like, between buildings or something. Like, I was in Times Square or some shit, and it just
yeah,
happened, and it was neat to see, but I just around me were just people trying to run downstairs, and I'm like, "But this is kind of a cool light show." "Oh, y'all don't look up? You
real
can't
talk,
see the
yo.
sky? Okay." So, yeah, so they miss, like, it has to be a real fiery sunset
Yeah,
for people to notice. And then, but there are on the regular some real cool. Either it is the Stonehenge thingy where, like, the sun sets between the buildings
right,
in a particular way where it shines directly down certain streets.
yeah.
Then you guys will kind of look in the direction of the sky a little bit, or a really wild sunset, or fireworks. Otherwise, it's not like you to just kind of look up, which is a
I
shame.
don't.
Yeah, but it's all the buildings in the way, and pollution. Like, you can't see a star here. You can really,
Real
I,
talk.
yeah.
You could honestly convince me that like the sky is like a special effect. Like, it's just something they put up to like keep us, happy. But like they just use it for movies.
Yeah.
I don't know what it looks like.
So you haven't looked up at the sky in the country, have you?
Only because Gabby makes it a point. But
Yes.
like for example, when we went to North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
I saw the sky like the second day. Like, she was, you know what I mean? Like, I was there a solid like 24 hours, and she was like, yo, have you seen how beautiful it is? Like, and I'm like, yo, you know what? I haven't made a point of that. But like when we go back outside, I'll look up.
Yeah, especially by a beach. That's probably
Yeah.
really nice. Did she make you look up at it at night? The
Yeah.
night sky? Yo, that shit is beautiful and terrifying.
Yo, you see nothing. And it's like endless.
Or it's not, well, it's that you see nothing, but also that you see so much.
Yeah, like,
Like, so many stars. And I mean, there's a difference, like, there's a huge difference between New York and, say, Atlanta. Like, you can see some stuff in Atlanta, but then there's a difference between Atlanta and, say, Sandersville, which is the most country sky I've seen, with my mom's hometown in Middle Georgia. And we get out there, and I'm just like, I don't like this at all. I can fall directly off the earth into the
yo.
sky. It's real dark, but so bright. It's terrifying yet fascinating. Either way, don't want it on my computer. Don't want to know nothing about it.
Keep
Mm-mm.
that to yourself.
Yeah, give me some flowers or something, but I am not this, not this.
In other news, faces made of living skin make
Mm-mm.
robots
Nope,
smile.
nope, nope, no, no, no.
Japanese scientists have found a way
Y'all gotta
to
stop. Y'all gotta stop.
real
Uh-uh.
talk.
Oh no, I'm looking at this photo. Hell no, no. This is yuck.
Oh man, a Japanese science. Yo, this reminded me of what's those dolls?
What, the
The
real dolls?
Yeah, like it felt like a Cabbage Patch Kid that got melted or something, man. I
Okay.
ain't into this.
You read a
Japanese.
little bit of this, and then I will talk about real dolls. 'Cause I got something to say. No.
Japanese scientists have found a way to attach living skin to robot faces for more realistic smiles and other facial expressions. The breakthrough came from copying tissue structures in people, according to the team at Tokyo University. The prototype may appear more Haribo than human-like, but the researchers say it paves the way to making convincingly realistic moving humanoids with self-healing skin that will not easily rip or tear.
Stop it.
Yo,
No. I don't like
real
this.
talk. I want no parts of this.
Uh-uh. The
Art.
artificial skin is made in the lab using living cells. Not only is it soft, like real skin, but it can repair itself if cut, the scientists say. Past attempts to attach it proved difficult, though. The
Yo.
team tried using mini hooks as anchors, but those damaged the skin as the robot moved. Please stop this. Everyone stop. This is, what are we doing?
Uh-uh.
Is this the only way? But people are still fucking and making real life people.
Yeah, nah, I want no parts of this.
No, you're not using my skin on. No. I can't even get my skin to act right on me. You want to put it on a robot? I'm just now getting it clear. If I see a robot with a zit, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This
Yo, that'd be
is
wild. Be yo, clear cell commercials for robots, yo.
no, they're for us. But what people will be left? Here's the thing: if we keep making humanoids, right?
Right.
What people are left? Because
Mm,
you're making these humanoids, these robots, to do humany things like work harder for the 1% so that they can get their money, right? So
right.
now we as actual humans kind of become obsolete if we don't play our
Yeah.
cards right, right? So now you got the 1%, and then the one dude who can program all the robots. That's who's left, right?
Right. Yeah.
And you got to pay that one dude a lot of money because he's the one that keeps the rich people alive. But the rich people are just going to keep wanting more and more and more. And you're going to have to, because they're going to be squabbling so bad. You're going to have to turn the robots against them. Like
Yeah.
that's just, I mean, if anyone's ever read a book, they know that that's what's going to happen. Why? Why are we doing this?
I don't
Why
get
do
it.
you want them to look so humany but not, well, but there are humans here. Take care of the humans that are here.
Yo. They're
Ugh.
and like they're eliminating us on all fronts. Like, at least give me an area to focus on. Like, yo, they're gonna take over the arts. All right, cool. I'll go get a trade job. But
Mm-hmm.
then you also giving them the labor gigs. I'm like, and I can't sing. I can't like fix a toilet. Like, what am I gonna be doing with my day to day? Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Like, and they're coding. Like, they're doing every aspect that, like, up until recently, I would have been like, yo, like, I could see them helping here, but there's a human element to this that they can't replace. Nah, they doing that.
Yeah, they're trying to replace it. And
Real
also
talk.
that's so wild to want to put skin on. Now we're just moving into like horror movie territory.
Yeah.
Because that's not, if you want a robot to help you do a thing, then
It
just
doesn't
get
need to
the
look like you.
robot to do the thing. Quit faking the funk. Quit
Yo,
trying to, yeah.
low key, I want to ensure that it's not a humanoid. Like, if it looks like a person, I feel weird having a person that's like my slave. Like, that's weird.
Yeah,
The only
yeah,
reason
it
I'm
should.
okay with it is that it's a robot.
Yes, it should trigger something into you where you're
Yeah,
like, I am using a machine and it needs to
yeah,
look like a machine.
yeah.
But I
I
mean,
don't I don't want to have a thing that looks like a person that I'm making do everything for me. Like, that's off to my head. Like, I don't want that. That
yes,
feels super concerning to me. The fact that it's a robot is the only reason I'm okay with it. I leave
right.
my computer on for 4 or 5 days at a time. I don't want to do that to a person.
Right,
That's
and run it
crazy work.
out. That's
Yeah.
insane. To that end, did you know that you could customize the real dolls to look however you want them to look?
Yo.
Yeah. Yeah. My the porn store where I worked has carried a real doll or two.
Okay.
And there was one night, I may have mentioned this on there. There was one night where we were getting the carpet replaced in the store. And
Mm.
so we still stayed open because it was a 24-hour store and there would have been smoke in the city if we had shut down. So we still stayed open while while we moved the racks and they were replacing the carpet and customers just calmly waited. Oh God, that place. So, um,
Yo.
but so that was the first real doll I think that we had, and it was sitting in a crate. They come in like a huge human-sized crate, and it was a woman, naturally, and I think she came in like a bra and panty set, maybe some stockings. Um, she may have been the blonde. I think the first one was a blonde. And she's sitting like on a stool in a crate, and it's one side of the crate's open with plexiglass so you can see it, but you can't touch the thing. right?
Okay.
So they got to move her, and so they take the plexiglass kind of out of the crate so it doesn't break. And then they put the crate on like a hand truck, and they
Mm.
roll it around. So this is like the first time it's just like out in the open, and it as it's rolling, it's kind of bouncing, and it's made out of
Right.
silicone on some sort of like weird skeleton. So to be as real as possible. So like they weigh like the weight, 120 pounds,
Yeah.
130 pounds, I guess, if you want plus size, you idiots. And so it's like jiggling. And I swear to you, I saw that in my nightmares for probably like 5 years. This jiggling, because it's still a sex doll. So, it has like the open mouth and the dead
Yeah.
eyes and the look, but it's just doing that, but shaking like a person. And then we were like, well, I got to at least touch it to see what it feels like. And I put my hand on its thigh, and it initially felt like thigh. And I was like, no, thank you.
Mm-mm.
Where's that plexiglass? But I mean, they've since sold quite a few of them.
Hey,
You
look,
know,
I'm a fan of the idea. I don't personally need one. I'm happy
right?
with my situation,
Yes.
but I do, but I do think there's people
No, there are
who
people who need it.
need it. Like, and
Yes.
I'm happy it exists. It is a solution business.
Yes,
I feel like it
absolutely.
legitimately like reduces crime.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
a real talk, like there's so much about it that like yo, I'm glad it exists. If you
Hmm.
have a need and you don't got the social skills or some other issue, yo, rock on, B. That's a GoFundMe you can get me for. Real
Yeah,
talk.
but
I'm game.
the
But
technology just freaked me
it
out. And granted, this was like maybe 2000. That so 24 years later. I mean, those things.
yeah, they
I
gotta be
guess.
incredible.
Yeah, I mean, but oh man, it spooked me out then. So
Yo. I
not
feel like I mean, maybe because I'm like, I don't know. I feel like all the development I want is in the eyes, actually. I don't want dead eyes. I want eyes that like look like
exactly.
they're paying attention.
Yes, exactly. That's where the devil's definitely in the details there.
Real talk.
That's what I would want. I believe they probably made the mouths a bit more pliable and not
Okay.
just dead fish looking. But and again, this was early in real doll technology, but the eyes still look, I mean, you can pick the color of the dead eye that you want to see, but I I would like that to be livelier. But then I guess maybe you have to deal with batteries or maybe you got to recharge it. I don't know. There's
That's cool to me.
already a lot with cleaning. I've said too much.
How
What's
much are these things?
thousands of dollars, thousands of dollars.
Yo,
Can be like, I mean, you probably actually, let me see what they're going for now because,
like a
like,
computer, a car?
no, no, because everything's higher. But I want to say, I feel like because I was at the store recently and they do still carry a real doll, and I feel like the price was just it was under 10,000,
Yo,
somewhere between 8, maybe like 8,000. But there's a considerable markup.
right.
But that still would put it, I don't know, at
Yeah,
cost.
that's a Civic, yo.
What? Where are you finding a Civic for 10? Brother,
it's
you haven't
it's
seen,
used.
I don't think you've seen what used cars are going for
Yeah, that's
nowadays.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah, a used Civic um from let's say the same a good real doll, a prime real doll year. Let's say a 2010 used Civic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be like 12,000 right now. You
Yo,
might as
that's
well just
wild work.
strap up the back of a real doll and ride that bitch into traffic. That's probably more cost effective. Put her on a razor scooter and ride that bitch into the sunset.
Oh my god. Imagine that's the customization you want for your real dog. I want her to look like Kim, but like 4 wheels.
Yes,
You know
right,
what I mean?
exactly.
I need to be able to get to work as well. You know what I mean? I live in
If
the
you,
city. I don't got a lot of space, you
yeah, if
know.
you can make her more aerodynamic. Is there any way you can put fins on her or something?
Oh man, yo, I hope Real Dolls becomes our first sponsorship, yo. Real talk.
I don't know. That's the way I'm talking about them. I mean, again, we love that they are an option, but
I'm
they
a fan.
are
Yeah,
an expensive option.
that is
Yeah, I
a
think
lot.
more people nowadays they have to buy the body parts a la carte.
Yeah. All right, everybody chip in. You know what I
Right?
mean? We buying the left arm for Rob's partner this week.
Right?
Okay,
Exactly. We all come together. There's a registry.
real talk.
Well, now this guy ends
He
up with.
really like believes that she's a gamer. You know, he wants her to hold the control next to him, and I
Oh
think
my
that's beautiful.
gosh. Yes.
In other news, men are raw dogging, quote unquote,
Mhm.
raw dogging it on flights. And here's what the weird travel term means. Some men like hitting it raw, ha ha ha, New York Post, in the friendly skies. That is, raw dogging has become the buzziest travel trend of the summer, seeing stealth plane passengers forego the modern comforts of flying to stare at either the in-flight map or nothing at all during lengthy flights. No music, no streaming, no snacking, no sleep. I've never seen so many people raw dogging a flight in my life, wrote Michelle, a stunned New York-based beauty influencer, in a closed caption on a TikTok clip. Literally just staring straight ahead the entire flight. This was a 5-hour flight from New York to San Francisco. The anti-indulgence phenomenon has been loosely credited to Idris Elba's character Sam Nelson on the Apple TV series Hijack. In the 7-episode anthology, the heartthrob turns 50-year-old. Oh, okay, this is a pro Idris take out of nowhere.
Yeah. I
I'm
wasn't expecting that from the
yeah,
post.
I'm a fan, but like, yeah, that was a turn that
Wait, did you
surprised me.
not know he's considered a heartthrob?
More so that someone that like would write this article for the post would like make it a point to say that. I felt like if you're talking about men raw dogging flights, I was expecting this to be a critique, and then to pivot to like a pro dude was a lot for me.
Oh. Yeah, no, I could see it going pro dude because it shows how tough a man is.
Mm. Like this
That's
is her taste in men.
yeah, like no, I mean I don't know if this was written by a man or a lady, but I could totally see a dude writing it and being like, yeah, this is how tough we are. We don't need your little screens. We don't need music. We can just stare into the back of a chair. Which honestly, when this came out, like when this news came out, I was like, what a non-story. Just tell me you've never flown on Southwest without telling me you've never flown on Southwest. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like they don't have my understanding. I haven't been on Southwest in a minute, but I can't see where they would have had the time to add screens to all of their planes or
Mm.
any of their planes. They did not have screens. And I probably just before COVID um, hit, I probably was on Southwest almost exclusively.
Ah.
And so I've flown out west on a plane with no with no screens. Which, as I said that, I heard that in the tune of "Been through the desert on a horse with no name." Like that's how I heard that. But
Yo.
I have. I've absolutely been through the desert on a horse with no name. And I mean, like I didn't I listened to music. What I did was I listened to one song over and over. Now tell me if you can do that. Can you sit on a plane
Okay.
for I don't know, 5 hours? Um Nothing to look at, but listen to one song for the whole trip. I
5
bet
hours is strong. Yeah,
5
like
hours is strong.
yeah.
You need to really love the song. And
I could do an hour. 5 is strong.
oh yeah, no, no, no. I absolutely 5 was nothing. Light work. Light work.
I def went through like whenever I really like a producer, if
Mhm.
a new song of theirs comes out, I could definitely like play that song an hour straight.
Okay.
Like
Oh,
I know I vividly remember annoying one of my friends on a road trip because Get By came out by Talib Kweli.
oh yeah, no, you can
Like
let that rock for a
I
whole
let that
weekend.
rock a whole hour. Like that was like Kanye's production was like mind blowing at the time. So I was like listening, like he was like, "Yo, B, you gonna play like a third time, fourth time, fifth time?" I was like, each time I was like, "Yo, I'm playing it to listen to a different instrument." Okay, you know what I
Beautiful.
mean? Real
Beautiful.
talk. Let me enjoy this. There's some weird dude singing in the background. I didn't know it was John Legend yet. I want to hear just
Right.
that. Okay,
Yes.
let me
Yeah.
have it. But like 5 hours, that's Diesel.
I
You a champ, yo.
I can listen to a particular song for days at a time.
Yo.
Days. I absolutely do. I don't know if this is me saying that I am neurodivergent or not, but I do know that I like what happens in private session on Spotify, y'all don't even know. By the time y'all see that I've been listening to it, I'm literally trying to wean myself off of it and moving on to another song because I've already spent like days, a full weekend, a full week.
Yo.
Because and the thing is, I just get an itch in my brain if something triggers it. There's an itch in my brain, and I'm like, yeah, I do like that song, and then I try to move on, and my brain's like, no, we weren't done, and I'm like, all right, I'll listen to it a couple more times, and then my brain's like, no, we weren't done, and I'm like, okay, heard chef, and so I let it rock um until it's like, all right, let's see what this one's about. But and I absolutely can do that. So it's light work. 5 hours is light work.
Yo. And by the
Uh
way, we haven't touched on it, but the bear, my God.
okay, I can't sit and watch the whole thing. I my nerves. I can't.
Yeah, yo.
Right? So I always take it like a couple of episodes at a time. So two I'm probably 2.5 episodes in, right?
Okay.
Um and the only reason I stopped that one episode that I stopped, I think it's episode 3, was I was like, oh, this is gonna be one of those, huh? Because the
Mm-hmm.
bear to me, the way that first season was,
Right.
now it's in my brain that it's going to be everything's going to be high stakes at all times and my blood pressure is going to go up every episode is what I
Yo.
think. And so when that second season came, it took me a minute to be like, oh, okay, I can exhale, great. So I'm sure the third season's going to be kind of in and out with it, but it's kind of like my brain is still like, I see these people on the screen, something's about to fuck up. And I have to go, no, maybe it'll be calm, maybe it'll be calm. But it's kind of like when I watched The Wire,
Right.
I seriously thought as I've said, I only watched 1.5 episodes or 1.5 seasons of it, like half of the fourth and the fifth. So I don't even know what happens earlier. But my understanding was someone got shot at the end of every scene. That's
Yo.
how it felt. The way
Straight
people
up.
talked about it, I was like, well, shit, why would I watch this? This
Dude,
sounds so terrible.
there's
And
a
that's
reason people like was like, yo, if you hear that whistle, like it meant business. You know what I mean?
yes.
Omar was coming out like, oh, okay, we know we're going somebody getting lit up.
Right. So I just assumed that that's how that someone was murdered in every episode, which as it turns out, not really the case.
Nah.
So the bear, I'm like, okay, it won't be as like insane as that first season, but still, man, my pressure. There are times where I just turn it off like, nope. Um, that said, I truly, there's always bear, like everyone goes crazy. Oh, and I'm like, calm down, hold your horses. And then I watch it and I'm like, oh, I really like this show
Yeah.
though.
Real talk. Like
It's really good.
the hype is real,
Yeah.
but it's justified. It's my favorite show right now. Like, I'm watching it again, like now, because Gabby didn't believe in it at first. She was
No,
like,
that's
yeah, like,
fair.
and then she, like, I was like, yo, shorty, like, this is legit. I finished it, and like, I'm watching it with her, and like, now, like, I'm seeing it again, knowing everything. So I'm
Hmm.
like, oh, nah, I see it again, yo.
Yeah.
And then, like, every time something happens, I'm like, yo, I can't tell you, but I'm so excited for you. I just saying that over and over again.
Yes. Yes,
Still stresses
exactly.
me out. And she was a little mad because we watched the Beekeeper, that like one of the many silly Jason Statham movies where like he just has a job title where it means kill people,
Right.
and he just killed more people than ever in any other movie I've seen him kill. And
Oh,
then she was
great.
like, I want to watch like something dialogue, less action. And like,
Oh
there's
no,
no
when you gave
puns.
her the bear?
Real talk. She was like, yo, like, this is way more stressful. I was like, I agree. I can't front.
Yeah.
Nobody's been shot. Nobody's in danger of that. And like, she's like, this is the
Oh.
most stressful thing I've seen in ages. She's like, I keep having to get up. Like, I'm like, she's like, I got to work in 4 hours and I can't sleep. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it was a rough night for us, but well worth it.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Like, my roommate worked in a kitchen for a number of years, and the first season he would occasionally watch standing up on the other side of the room.
Yo,
So when it got too intense, he could just go into his room and close the door. Like he was right next to his bedroom door. He watched it over my shoulder, long distance, because he was
yo,
like, I don't want to commit to sitting down because I then have to stand up again and start pacing. And
it's
then
real.
yeah, and then my sister currently waits tables, and she's like, "I've watched some of it, but I haven't watched much." And I'm like, "That's fair. You literally are in it still."
Yeah, you live that.
But she also says stuff like "heard," and like she uses some of the stuff, and I forget about that, and so then I'll be in her kitchen and I'll say, "Oh, something blah blah," and she's like, "Heard," and I'm like, "That's right. You're like in the bear," and she's like, "Shut up. You're an idiot." Yeah, so you can't really take me anywhere, I guess.
Oh man! In other news, the happiest people use these three phases often from psychologists and workplace experts. Finland and Denmark have seemingly cracked the code to living a happy life. The two countries hold the top two spots in the world's happiness report's annual ranking of happiest countries in the world, which was most recently published in March. Finland has a lengthy track record of happiness, holding the top spot for 7 years in a row. CNBC recently asked a group of Finnish and Danish business leaders and psychologists to explain their results. Some of them referenced a few go-to sayings that remind them to think positively and optimistically, even when or especially when times are tough. The first one is, whatever you leave behind, you will find in front of you. That's right. Everyone faces obstacles. Dealing with those setbacks head on can keep them from reoccurring. The second one is pit med debt. That's not English. I didn't like just stutter there.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter or don't worry about it is the translation. Um, and I kind of rock with that without it. The final one is some have happiness, but everyone has summer. That's right. Finnish said that like people get like sad looking at people's Instagrams, reminding themselves that that's like their highlight reel, and that there might not be no point to comparing yourself to others when you're struggling, because everyone struggles, but also everyone has a good time at some point. So just
Man,
remember
this is
that.
some bullshit. That shit. No. None of this. No, not at all.
Real talk. Did you hear who's running for president over here? Okay.
Like this ain't gonna work. You're cute little because you know why you're happy? Because you probably have universal health care.
Real talk.
You probably have a government that actually kind of gives a shit to some degree. That will add to there's pay. I'm sure your pay is probably better.
Mm.
Um, I think the maternity/paternity leave situation is much
Ooh,
better.
good call.
You know what I mean? Like they care about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that
Vacation
is
time as a country.
yeah, so that gives you plenty of time to come up with phrases like whatever you leave behind you will find in front of you. Get the fuck out of here. That's not going to help me when I'm in the weeds in anything. In a kitchen, retail, whatever kind of job that I'm having to work, thinking about the second job that I have to get to in order to pay for the box that I'm living in with four other people. It doesn't matter. Don't cut it. That's not going to be, you need something else. You know what I mean? You need a little something. Some have happiness. Everyone has summer is get,
Yo, that's wild, yo. Real talk.
I mean, I definitely have a phrase that I say when I'm on Instagram and I'm seeing people thrive, and
Okay.
I feel like I am not thriving, which I'm in the throes of right now, which is probably why I'm listening to one song for a month straight. But
What's the song?
oh well, it depends. Right
Okay.
now, I'm in a transitional period, but I finally got myself out of Too Sweet by Hosier.
Okay.
And is it Chirico, I think, by Billie Eilish is one that I go to.
Oh,
That was the one that got me out of Too Sweet, but I'm telling you, Too Sweet had its hooks in me for a long time. And
hell yeah.
I may be moving into, well, I'm in a Blur moment right now. So I'm singing a lot of Blur, and then I'm moving out of Blur into King Cruel. There's a lot, but I mean, like, I'm talking, that's just like weeks at a time of me spending time with these things.
Right.
It's probably because I look at Instagram and I see people having the time of their lives, and then I do have a phrase when I close Instagram, which is like, "Get the fuck out of here," where I throw my phone across the room. Um, so I don't know. I don't see that one on this list.
If you would like
A book of my affirmations.
a book of Shalewa affirmations, 50 pages of roughly get the fuck out of here.
What the fuck are we doing?
What
are we doing? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, word. These are all.
A couple of them are just sound effects.
Yeah, mostly, however, different ways of spelling.
Oh, man. All you got to do is like and subscribe to the show, baby. If you're an Apple and Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You don't think this will help you. You don't relate. Go move to Finland, okay? Move to Danish and Finland countries and chill with them, all right? They seem to got it figured out like you. 5 stars, you see the value. You get in the audio book. $1 Million Baby is playing in the background on repeat, okay?
Yeah, and that's going to be the affirmation for $1 Million Baby is me going, so this ain't pimp juice? That's all it is. So y'all just going to be dancing to pimp juice. That's all it is. There's a whole chapter on $1 Million Baby. It's just me comparing everything to pimp juice. That's
Oh, man. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs this week to Brandy Spain, Iron Fist Mom, and An Apple a Day. With all that said, I am the editor of this book, Gastor Almonte. Excited because it's probably under 1,000 words.
Yeah,
big font, big
it definitely writes itself. Yes.
With the author, Shalewa Sharpe. That's right. You know what I mean? She's also available for speaking engagements.
But I don't know if you want that. But I'm here for you if you do.
Real talk. Straight up. She'll just show up, sit next to your desk, and say it to your face.
Yes, you know I will. Yeah. Coaching sessions. I can do coaching sessions.
Amen. This has been a sobering episode of the War Report.
Happy birthday, America!
Happy birthday. Get the fuck out of here, America.